Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Hold on. Give me a sec. I need one more game to go with my point. Metroid Prime Federation Force. How do I state this? Anyone remember Super Mario 3D Land? Or wait, no, hold on, not 3D. Super Mario Land 3, Wario Land, or Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Were those Mario games? No, but they had the Mario title in it, and then they signifying that they had a Super Mario World 2 in the to Yoshi's Island had Super Mario World in its title to signify it was a sequel, and I use air quotes on sequel, to Super Mario World. Was that game anything like Super Mario World? No. But it did start something. It started the spin-off of Yoshi games. After that we got Yoshi's Island, Diaz, Yoshi's Tilt and Go, Yoshi's... We got a lot of stuff. Here, let me check real quick, just so I know exactly... Sorry, got a lot of tabs. Okay. Officially, the first game was Super Mario Real World 2, which is a lie, like Metroid Prime, which is a lie. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, which is not a it's connected. They use the name. They use the name Super Mario World 2. They got us all to buy it. They suckered us in. They suckered us in. And similar to Metroid Prime with Metroid Federation Force, Galactic Federation Force, or what was the name? I can't. The next one was Yoshi's Story, and that was the last console Yoshi game before the next one, Yoshi's Universal Gravitation, came. Then Yoshi Touch and Go. That's up. We're up to 3 Yoshi games if you count out the first one has a Mario game, which I don't, so we're up to 4. Yoshi Island DS, that's 5. Yoshi's New Island, that's 6. And Yoshi's Woolly World is the first console Yoshi game in, let's see, how many years has it been? 18 years. It is the first console Yoshi game in 18 years. And it is, if you count Super Mario World, if you count only the stuff that has Yoshi starting with it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is the 6th game, 7th game if you count Super Mario Real World 2 Yoshi's Island. Okay, and what's the point in bringing that up? Same thing with Wario. It's turned into Wario spin-offs after that, but it still used acted like it was a sequel to one of the popular Mario games. It worked, and it turned into a spin-off series. what I'm saying is, and I know people are going to do this, but this is mostly a response to one YouTuber in particular. What was his name? Hold on. So many tabs up. I gotta get rid of that to the last tab. Okay, his Lancun, or Lancun. Type that in on YouTube and find the guy. That's the guy this is mainly a response to. But also, I want to give a response to and a shout out to Some Call Me Johnny for being more realistic and not going, I'm crazy! And Lancun, let me get this straight. You said Star Fox has been getting better treatment? Everything else is getting treated like royalty? Let's see. First they came out with Star Fox. Then Star Fox 2 was done, and they decided to cancel it and not release it officially. It only got released because of some people on the team decided to leak it online. Which, thank you for doing that. Whoever did that, thank you. Even though I didn't get to play it, I still like the fact that a Star Fox game Wait, hold on, what the heck? I'm gonna screen cap that. Sorry, it's something that when I was looking up Star Fox, because I wanted to get everything accurate on this. We're getting another reboot, you dipwad. Wad. So let's see how well Nintendo's been treating Star Fox. They released the second one, canceled it. They canceled the Virtual Boy, which was kind of Star Fox game, which was kind of a blessing in disguise. But then we get Star Fox 64, a reboot of the first one instead of making a sequel. Yay! Even though it was a pretty good game, but moving on. Or well, I've heard it's a good game. You'll find out what I mean. Let me say this. I haven't played the original 64. Okay, I've played Star Fox 64 3DS, and it was pretty good, but that's it. Moving on. Star Fox Adventures. Okay, this doesn't seem like a Star Fox game to me. It's more of a Star Fox with the Zelda paint. It's a Zelda game with a Star Fox paint job. But was it still a good game? Oh, you bet your ass it was. And I'm glad they still took. And I'm a proud Star Fox fan who owns a copy, and I'm happy I own a copy. See, I'm buying Assault again because I used to have Assault. Traded off like an idiot. Ugh. But yeah, the next game was Assault, which came what, 3? Let's see, how long did it take for us to get the reboot of Star Fox again before I go on? 4 years. So we waited 4 years for a reboot. While 2 games, one of them being a sequel, gets canned. Then what do? We wait 5 years for Star Fox Adventures. Wasn't a true Star Fox game. So, what else? We wait 3 years for the true Star Fox game, Assault, and it was pretty good. Actually, freaking amazing. And What did we have to do? We waited another year for Command, and it was like, yeah, this is pretty good too. What happens next? And I can't believe I didn't hear about this, but apparently, and most people don't know this, but there's been 3 canceled Star Fox games. After Command, in 2010 there was supposed to be a Star Fox for the Wii. Cancelled! Sold. And then in 2011, what, 5 years later, we get a remake of the reboot of the first game? So 5 years later we wait for a remake of the first game in the reboot of the franchise. Reboot in the second half of the series, because I still count the very first Star Fox game as the first Star Fox series, and then Star Fox 64, Star Fox Adventures, Star Fox Assault, and Command all in the second series. Kind of like how I can consider Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3, and 4 in the first series of the Devil May Cry series, and DMC Devil May Cry in the second series. So, then what? We wait 4 years for a reboot again. Yeah, I'm real happy about that. Yeah, I'm amazed. I am going, thank you, Nintendo. I'm really happy for that. I'm really happy. I am ecstatic that I am getting a reboot. And now let's see what the Metroid series has. And I'm going to make this as painless as possible because I actually like Metroid 2, but I'm still going to jump on it. Let's see. Yes, you do have to wait. You get the first title. You had to wait 5 years for the sequel, and it was a handheld title. I know. Painful. Just like we had to wait. Oh yeah. We had to wait 4 years. You had to wait 1 more year than us. I'll give you that. I'll give you the fact that you had to wait for your sequel. But you at least got a sequel. We got a reboot. But then you can say, then you got your 3rd sequel and a console one with Super Metroid. 3 years later. 3 years later. How long did we have to wait for a sequel? 5 years. Let's see. Then Super Metroid. You had to wait 8 years for the sequel. I get that. 8 years. 8 long years. Again, this time you win because we only had to wait 3. But then after that, 1 year later, Prime. Oh, but we got our Command 1 year later. Okay, fair point, but then you get Zero Mission 2 years. Oh, no, you didn't even have to wait 1 year. You got 2 games that year. Then 2 years later, you get your reboot, your remaster, your reimagining of it. Then you get your equal to the Metroid game in that same year. Then later you get a pinball game. 1 year later you get your next Metroid. You get Prime Hunters. There's another year later you get Metroid Corruption. You only had to wait 2 years for a trilogy. And then another year for Other M. And I'm not praising Other M. If they had taken out if they had allowed you the Wii Remote and Nunchuck, Other M would be a passable Metroid game. passable. No one could deny that okay, yeah, just ignore the story and have fun with playing a Metroid game. And don't tell me that you've never had Metroid games, or, well, I mean that we've never had other games in the franchise, in other Nintendo franchises that had, gotten poor reception. What the heck? You said, Four Swords got a lot of Four Swords? Four Swords! Adventures! Assault! And it got flack over the multiplayer, which was improved upon from 64. Or, I've had people tell me that it was improved upon. Sunshine says hello! And we got Galaxy because of Sunshine. And no offense, even though this is fun, Mario fans, and like myself, a lot of us agree. A lot of other Mario fans, who are like-minded like me, believe that while this has the best level design out of any Mario game, this one has the better gameplay and the better bosses. Lame power-ups that are situational at best. Flood's amazing no matter what situation you're in, and you can always use him. This is a good game, a solid B game. This is an A game, but people shunned it because it was different. Then we got this, a lame game it's better than 64, I'll give you that, but no way in hell is it better than this. And I own Metroid Prime 3 Corruptions and Metroid Prime. Both amazing games, but let me tell you a secret. You're crazy if you think that Metroid the original... hold on, I'm gonna say this. Metroid the original series, all the way up to Fusion, was about exploration and shooting at the same time. Shooting in Metroid was akin to the whip play in Castlevania. So it was a shooting adventure game. A shooting adventure it was a 2D shooting adventure game. What was Metroid? Right after the 3D games came out? A shooter with puzzle those to keep you to test your brain power, or to get from shooting segment to shooting segment to shooting segment instead of just walking there like other boring FPSs. And yes, I have played Halo, and sometimes they do have puzzles, but Metroid has more. Metroid has more. And it's a fun game. I love it, but it is a goddamn shooter. If you're gonna praise Prime, Prime is a shooter. So, and by the way, exploration, it's like they said it's gonna be similar. The main campaign's gonna be similar to Monster Hunter / Evolved. And last time I checked on those games have exploration, and that's what you guys want. Shooters, shooting fans, and hate boring exploration points. That's why people thought Evolved sucked ass. And so that's why they decided to put that exploration technique in there, because they know you guys like it. You look for the monster, you find the monster, then you kill the monster. Amen. If anyone wants to still argue this, I am willing to have a reasonable and logical debate over Skype or whatever you want. I'm serious. I only sound angry because I am just flabbergasted by how stupid people are being. Ooh, Final Fantasy VII Remake! Even though, there's a pretty good chance with how bad Square's been screwing up. Let's count the number of screw-ups. They released Final Fantasy 13 Part 1. I mean, not Part 1. Not Part 1. I'm talking about they released Final Fantasy 13 Part 3, which is completely dog crap. That took 10 years, and no, I can say this because they have not announced a release date for Final Fantasy 15. And unless at Gamescom or the Tokyo Game Show, at which point I will rectify this with another video, unless at those two gaming events, they say Final Fantasy 15, or aka Final Fantasy 13 Versus, is coming out in 2015, unless they can say, hey that, I can say this, they took 10 years, or aka a decade to make Final Fantasy 15 / Final Fantasy 13 Versus is. Wow! That's almost as bad as Duke Nukem Forever. Anyone want to bet how well that game's going right now? Moving on. Let's see. They turned Cloud into an emo with the Kingdom Hearts and Advent Children's game, with the Advent Children's movie and the Kingdom Hearts games. So do you really want to see him become Leon, have voice acting akin to Leon, Snow, Snow in 13 Part 3, the really bad version the worst version of Snow? Does anyone want voice acting akin to that? I don't think so. Plus, they haven't released a single hold on, let me take a look and make sure I got this correctly. Square Enix, what else have you gotten to do with your infinite wisdom? Oh yeah, I forgot. Another thing I wanted to bring up that they decided to do. They decided to release, in the time span of between Kingdom Hearts 2, they basically said, let's make two amazing games, one in 2010 and one 2 years later, and one okay game, and let's make a stupid game that has no reason to exist. Recoded. And Kingdom Hearts Kai X, however you want to say it, let's make those games. And let's remaster let's make Kingdom Hearts 1.5, which has Chain of Memories in 1 and the cutscenes of 358 days, only for the PS3. And let's make 2.5, which has Birth by Sleep in 2, and cutscenes from Recoded, only for the PS3, when we should be making them also for the Xbox One, to kind of ease them into Kingdom Hearts. Because if a Xbox fan sees, oh, I can pick up 2.5 and 1.5 and 2.5 and be completely caught up and beat those games and be completely caught up in time for Kingdom Hearts 3, hot diggity dog, I'll sign up. And yes, there are JRPG fans on the Xbox, because even though there are less on the Xbox than the PlayStation, you're releasing 3 on the Xbox One. Wouldn't you want to release the remastered on that system as well, to build a fan base on there before you release your big ambitious 3 title on there? I understand it being on the PS3 to catch everybody up who didn't buy the handheld games. I understand that, but golly, I don't trust Square with that. The only thing they haven't screwed up completely is Kingdom Hearts. But they started screwing it up after 2, and the only reason they've earned my trust with that game a little bit was Birth by Sleep was good, really good, and brought up the plot point. Waiting for 3. 2 did what Recoded tried to do, which was create a segue from... Dream Drop Distance did what Recoded tried to do, which was set up a segue from 2 to 3 based on the plot point brought up in Birth by Sleep. We needed Birth by Sleep, and the only games we needed were Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance. And 358 days, it could be argued, but we definitely needed Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance. But, moving on. Also, they have yet to release a single Dragon Quest game outside of Japan, except for Dragon Quest Heroes, The World's Tree Woe, and The Blight Below, which is a Hyrule Warriors styled game. It is literally Hyrule Warriors, but take out all the Zelda stuff and replace it with Dragon Quest stuff. So if you're gonna complain, so if you're gonna be like, oh, gung ho about Sony getting Final Fantasy VII Remake only as a timed exclusive, or gung ho about Rare's new game, which is also on the PC, or gung ho about Sony supporting Shenmue 3, which by the way, no, I'm not giving them props for that. Hold on. I'll give Nintendo props for this because they showed it off, said it was a full exclusive, and they had the right to do that because they funded the entire game and published the game. This game wouldn't exist without them. Shenmue 3 would have existed. All they would have had to do was announce it, and they could have announced it at any one of the big three's conferences. It didn't have to be Sony. It didn't. Anyone would have let them go, hey, let's announce that we're having a Kickstarter to make this game. And you could have put it on any of the big three's console, put it multi-plat, or set and announced it like that, and boom, it still would have gotten made. So no, I'm not giving them credit like, oh my god! And also, people are just being stupid today. And Star Fox graphics, they look freaking amazing. Now, you could say, I will say that I kind of think Assault looks a little like if you look at the Great Fox compared to its appearance in Assault, the Great Fox the R-Wings look better in Star Fox Zero than they did in any other Star Fox game. But if you're comparing Assault's Great Fox to the Great Fox in Zero, I gotta say Great Fox looks better style-wise. And also, remember when how Splatoon didn't start looking good, really amazing, or Xenoblade started looking really good at the end of when they were about to be released? When has any Nintendo game been about graphical horsepower in the beginning? They always go with gameplay first, then it's a spin-off game. But anyway, back to Metroid Prime Force. It's a spin-off game, guys. It's a spin-off game. Need I say more? It's like Tingle's Ruby Land, and the Super Mario Mario Land, Super Mario Land 3 with Wario Land, or Super Mario World 2 with Yoshi's Island, Toad's Treasure Tracker, heck, Donkey Kong, the two games, the third and second game in its trilogy, didn't have Donkey Kong in it, except for at the end. He was captured. Oh, you retards. Ugh. Heck, Star Fox Assault didn't have the same gameplay. Like, Super Mario Sunshine didn't have the same gameplay as previous ones, but were they good? Yes. If you guys have want to debate this, please leave a comment below. Oh, I will actually take time out of my day to find a time to do a debate over Skype, and then if you guys want to record it, or if you want me to record it, I'll record it. Try and find a way to record it and put it up on YouTube for everyone, but please, let's just have a healthy debate. And not just say, it sucks because of Metroid Prime game in it, and it's not what I thought of when I asked for a Metroid game. Remember when Prime was first person and everyone was like, oh, that's it, Prime's not a first person, that's gonna ruin it. Then it turned out to be amazing. And Metroid Other M turned out to be a subpar when it was the third person gameplay everyone wanted in the beginning. Or what about Twilight Princess, where one considers Wind Waker better than Twilight Princess, or a good proportion of people. I have no opinion on which one's better because I've only played Twilight Princess. Well, I've played one portion of Wind Waker, a couple portions of Wind Waker, and only a couple portions of Twilight Princess, so I can't make that judgment completely, but you get my point. Twilight Princess is what everyone thought they wanted from a Zelda game, and Wind Waker was everything everyone said, oh, that's kiddie, it's gonna be kiddie. Just think before you open your mouth, please.